I had to go eat some salad and an apple. I'm just so hungry. So, where are we in my schedule? So Mondays, Isabel would drive me to work. She lives just 5 minutes away. And Tuesdays I had off, so Tuesdays there was no morning time at the gym to train, so I'd do Tuesday nights. And then Wednesdays were the big day, because Wednesdays I also was a day off from work at the salon. So I would do, I would ride it so that I could do the 6 a.m. class, and then I would come home and I would go right into my hot tub, because it was so cold. Like, keep in mind, I didn't really think about it, but this is like mid-February where I'm riding back and forth, and it's really, really cold. It's cold even after training. It's cold coming home. So I'd get in the hot tub, and I would, I remember one time I was in there till for an hour and a half at 106. I could not get warm. It was just so cold. And anyway, so then I would do that and eat, sleep, and eat, and go back and do 6 p.m. So, because I think I did not need to do all that in a day. Like, a person doesn't need. There's nothing. I was like, I was training for the Ride to Conquer Cancer this year anyway, but it wasn't until August. So, you don't need to do at least 50 to 100K a day in February. But whatever. And then Thursdays would be my day of rest. Thursdays and Saturdays I wouldn't cycle or train, because Allison would pick me up, and so my schedule at work changed when this happened with me, because Allison, who lives just past me on my street, who would drive me on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays. So Thursdays we would work 10 till 9, and then Friday morning I would ride to the gym and train. Then I would go to Brooke's house and shower and get ready and have coffee, and she'd make pancakes, and from there we would go to work, because Brooke lives just across the street from work. And then I'd work till 9, or whenever, always 9, honestly. Allison works really long days, and so we both worked we were working a lot at that. A lot. And then, just felt like really long days, because I was awake for a large amount of hours. And then Saturday mornings, it was just wanted to get through Saturdays, because end of the week. And so Allison would pick me up, and we'd go to work. And then Saturday nights, I honestly don't really know. It changed every weekend what I did, but probably didn't do anything that crazy, because I was so tired. So, and then Sundays I would have to go get so my bike would have a little camp out at Brooke's house, and then I'd have to go get it on Sundays. So I was almost cycling every day, but not really. Did that for about 3 weeks. And during the third week of this is when I started noticing, no joke, I'd wake up, and I usually have great sleeps all the time, but I have obviously no issue waking up early. But I get up around 1:30 or 2 o'clock and just be soaked to the core, soaking, sweaty. This is not sounding very sexy, but it's true. And so, yeah, I had a different bed before, and it had like tons of blankets, and like it was all like black and just like fuzzy and just lots going on. Now I have a new bigger bed, and it's like white and just like my window is open all the time. It's totally opposite. I like strip my sheets every morning and wash my sheets, put them back on, my duvet, pillowcases, everything. It is a workout to make your bed. But that is what I do, because I honestly thought, because I'd been cycling more, that it was probably just my metabolism or my hormones. Who really knows what it is? I don't know. Anyway. And so, because I was cycling so much, I thought that was it also. And then working out more than all day long I'm working. So I thought that was a good reason to sweat. Like, seriously sweat in the middle of the night. I'm not a doctor, thank goodness. So, that was my schedule. I was so happy. It says here, this was awesome. I don't know what I feel, but I felt so great. Maybe it was the endorphins. Maybe I'm just super happy or just super tired all the time. This pattern has lasted me about 3.5 weeks. I am so happy with my schedule. I'm, based upon the circumstances, my coworkers would call me crazy, and so would some of my clients. But it's working for me, and the time is flying by. Oh, until Sunday, May 8th. Until Sunday, May 8th, when I went into the hospital. Okay, so this day was the pivotal point in the whole thing, I guess. I had slept over at my friend Brooke's house the night before because I was so mad at Mike, because he was I don't even know why I'm saying this, because he was at the hockey game with his friends. Hello. Whatever. So I guess I was so mad, so Brooke and Jeff came and got me, and I stayed over there and probably just weighed out the pros and cons of if I should dump Mike or not, is the truth. So, honesty is the best policy, right? And then the next day I went for chicken burgers with my friend Courtney, and we were going to get pedicures, and that didn't last long because my leg was hurting, and I just pulled up my jeans, looked at my leg, and then that is when I saw the bruises on my leg, and I thought I was having an allergic reaction to the burgers at this new restaurant that we went to, or I got a bug bite or something. Again, I'm not a doctor. So that day I went to the hospital. It was a Sunday. Then I called in sick on the Sunday night to my boss Courtney, because I usually work Mondays. So, and I wanted to train, but you can't, right? You're at the hospital, so you can't. So I texted Julia too, and told her kind of what's going on, and told Mike kind of what was going on. And my friend Courtney was with me the whole time. There's like 2 different Courtneys, so this is getting confusing. So it says they thought it was a blood clot. It wasn't a blood clot. I'm just going to go through this really fast because we'll be here all day. And then, okay, so then I saw Dr. Germ. In the hospital, they tested like my kidney function, liver function, whatever, white blood cell count, my vitals, I don't know, I really don't know. And they told me to come back for an ultrasound on my leg because they thought that it could be a blood clot. And it wasn't. Not that I'm sad that it wasn't, but it would be, if it was, then I would know what it is. So, and then my thyroid. Okay, so then I saw Dr. Germ, and we went through 100 questions about everything, top to bottom, about my lifestyle, my health, my body, my workplace, my whole life. She knows all my dirty secrets. And then she wanted to test like an ANA test. Anyway, I think that day we did like she gave me a physical too. Liver. She said something was going on with my liver, guarding around my liver. And a bunch of blood work. And then we're going to see what that blood work said before we send off for more blood work. So I saw her, and all those tests that came back fine. And she'd arranged me, so then she was going to arrange me to go see the Dr. Monstrenko at Eagle Ridge Hospital. He's like an ER doctor who just fast tracks like all these tests. So grateful for that, for him and them. And then, oh god, my throat. Because I'm talking for so long, I think. God. And then I went to work that Thursday at the salon, and I was very busy. So, but that day by 5 o'clock, and I was gonna work at 10 to 9, I remember saying to Allison, like, I'm having a tough time knowing the difference between my anxiety and what I'm actually feeling, because I'm feeling like I can't breathe and I can't talk to my clients, and I'm like not even present, but I'm not sure if I'm feeling that. I honestly, I shit you not, like, you think you're starting to go crazy. So I texted Julia, and she said it's too much, and like that's what the text said, and it was perfect. She knew exactly what I meant. And I canceled and moved the rest of my clients. And like, I remember being at work that day, and every chance I got, I go to Angelica's room and just like put in my headphones and just like try to like breathe. And I sound so dramatic, but I'm not joking. I would like try to breathe and like lay on the massage table and just so that was a Thursday. So on the Friday I had an appointment for I don't know what, but I did not go to work on the Friday. And then the Saturday I tried to work again. I think I worked the whole day. As a matter of fact, this is really funny. It's not funny, but so for the 30, for the whole month, I would write what I was doing that day, just a little, like, couple sentences, and then I look so much prettier with my cell phone. There's my light under. And then I'd write later at the end of that day. So it says, I'll just read it if I can. So here, you can't see. Anyway. Okay, this one I think is kind of important. Maybe not. So this is the day 3 of everything. It says, I cannot wait to see Dr. Germ today. I know I'm going to the right place. I know that she can help me. I guess I wrote, when I woke up at 1:30, fucking soaked, took a shower and back to bed from 3 to 9, so sweaty. 31 days in a row now, I wake up between 1:30 a.m. and 2 a.m. hot and tired. I strip my clothes, sheets, pillows, shower, and go back to bed. I can't remember any of my dreams. I sleep with my room cool and my window open. I'm starting to feel as if this is something that I'm supposed to be getting used to. What the fuck is happening? Today is my appointment at the naturopath. I'm anxious, but I'm ready to know what the fuck is going on. I don't care what it is. I just want to get better. It's intense. And then that night I said, I like this doctor. I know she's going to help me. I wanted to lie when it came to some of her questions, though. I got the full meal deal today. A physical, urine test, blood tests, ANA testing, which is autoimmune. I guess I did get that day. I feel confident that there is no way she won't be able to find out. I like going to my appointments by myself, but I don't like repeating my story to my friends and my family. It makes me a little bit sad. I never want to worry anyone. The doctor said she can feel guarding around my liver. I don't know what that means, but I feel like I'm in the best place. The lady who takes blood sucks. I don't actually feel like the ladies there suck. I really do like them. I'm tired. My feet are so swollen. My bruises are not going away. I have swollen lymph nodes that and I feel like I'm trying to catch my breath. My skin is a gross color. My eyes are too. I'm praying tonight. So I prayed a lot during this last few months. I guess I'll go to... Whoa. Oh, okay. So I wrote something, I guess, a month to the day after I lost my license. So it says, Day 6, Friday the fucking 13th. A month ago today I lost my license. Fuck this day. I haven't seen my babe in a month. Heartache blows. It's tough. How do you stay connected when you are so distant? I hope he doesn't forget me. I try. We have so many variables going against us. We are fighters naturally, and it shouldn't matter. It's only time. He's more than worth the wait. I also wrote, today was exhausting. I ate Menchie's with Brooke. We'll just keep scrolling. Day 7, Saturday. Worked my ass off today and hid in Angelica's spa room between all my clients. It is so hard to work with the girls sometimes who have so much drama surrounding them. So obviously some of these girls will probably see this video. But I have to still just be very honest. So it says, I don't consider myself to be a fake person, but there's a time and a place for who to share your business with, and I'm getting really good at learning to keep a poker face, saying that I'm fine when I'm really not. I feel like I can't do my job to the best of my ability. It's so weird, but honestly it's scary. I am forgetting my conversations. I can't focus. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I see Julia briefly. I could cry. She's the best. ... I would love to not wake up sweaty tonight. Haha. So that's almost a week. Sunday, 1 week. Julia's text wakes me up at 9. I'm laying in bed, drowning in coffee. She's picking me up soon and we're going shopping. I love Sundays. So that was a wild week, to say the least. And this shirt is giving it away because it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, so I wrote later about that Sunday with Julia, or that night I guess that I was with her, and I said, such a good day. I needed that. We have so much in common. She's such a good friend to have. Julia understands me spiritually and she has similar beliefs as I do, so I can talk to her on a different level than most of my friends. I'm so sorry to most of my friends. most of my other friends. I can tell her anything. It's rare to have someone who wants the best for you. She's so genuine. She just wants me to be happy and healthy. Julia gave me advice to ask the universe for love, healing, and strength. I take all of her advice. It makes me feel better. So, side note, I used to ask the universe to test me, basically, so that I knew that I could handle any situation that has come my way. So don't ask the universe for something if you don't want it, because you're gonna fucking get it. Anyway, it says, we talked about her friend again who has rheumatoid. She says it's awful and to prepare for the next 10 years of my life. Tara, if Tara ever sees this. That was my first impression of you. Anyway, she's so awesome. But she also mentioned that she almost broke up with her boyfriend at the time because it's hard for her to have him see her like that. Sometimes I feel like I should do the same for Mike. I really like him, I really, really do. But I want him to have the best life, not taking care of me. I miss training a lot. I just want to get back in there. Huh. Okay. So, March 16th, I get my follow-up appointment today. Cannot wait. Test results. Hello. So happy. That's what I wrote on the way there. And this day is the first day that I felt... Actually had a meltdown this day because it's really hard and I am constantly doing this to myself. I don't really know how much your body can take of going up and down. Like, I'm having an emotional roller coaster on the daily now. People say like yearly, or whatever. I'm talking like I'm so extremely happy, excited way up here, and then yeah, not at all. Anyway, so it says I had a meltdown, full-blown meltdown, blah, blah, blah. Keep going. I had a meltdown that day because they didn't get to my test results. Or my test results came back fine. Like, end of story. I think what it was that it was the week had caught up to me. I was realizing that I can't work, that there wasn't going to be a ending to this anytime soon. And that was hard for me, is what made me so upset. I knew subconsciously this was going to be not as easy as I thought. So, the 10th day of this, it says day 10. I got my hair extensions removed today and my haircut. I hate it, but whatever. Not the cut itself. Brooke did a great job. Just the feeling in general. You know what I mean. I told Courtney I need time off. Fuck, this is not easy for me. I'm not doing a good job collecting my thoughts. I forget words and can't really explain. This is not how I wanted it to go, but it's what I need. My hair extensions are back in. I think in that time, I work in a salon, not anymore, but I did. And you are with all these beautiful people, and you're making people beautiful, and it's like, it's just a lot. Like, when you're already feeling sick, and now you're gonna, like, now I'm, like, this is a lot of hair to go, and then it seems so stupid, but it's like the change. I think it's more about the change, and like no nails, took those off. My skin at all my appointments has to be shown. like with no makeup and like no tanner and no nails. I remember one doctor called them press-ons. And no hair, of course. And also because they wanted my hair out so they could see my scalp and see if my real hair was falling out. So that's also why I did not want. There was some pretty serious things behind what seemed so simple. That freaked me out. So this night, it says Wednesday the 18th, so this would be the 18th of March, and I remember I got this very specific details about what I had to do when I got to the hospital, and I remember Mike told me, like, well, it sounds like they're trying to solve a crime or something, and I don't forget that now because I thought that 2 weeks into this, and it's been like 4 months, 3 months, because right, a little crime. I'm confusing all of them. So it says, I wonder how long I'll have to be there tomorrow. I feel like I'm seeing the best doctors. I feel so blessed and so grateful. My friends are concerned because they care, but imagine this, talking the same conversation to 10 plus people. I love them, but it doesn't help. I try to have the energy to make them feel like it's going to be okay, but I'm learning to be selective. I need to keep my crew strong and positive only. Mike made me laugh today, like really fucking laugh. He keeps it light. People come into your life for a reason. In my heart, I know I'm going to be great soon, and deep down I'm a little anxious, sad, and scared. But in my mind, I know that my life has prepared me for whatever is coming. In my body, I'm frustrated. I just like the way that I look. I feel uncomfortable, but I'm going to make the best of today. So since then, the doctors have thought several different things. That day specifically, I went in there so that I could get like another physical by that doctor, some more blood work. I got an EKG of my heart. I got an x-ray of my chest. And then the same thing, he felt guarding around my liver. Obviously my lymph nodes are all swollen. Later I found that there was consolidation in my lower lung, which, if I could describe it to you so you can visualize it, it is when in the x-ray your bones appear to be white, your organs appear to be black because the x-ray is black and white. In my lung at the bottom, it looked like a little, and it's not like, my hand is not a good size because it wasn't this big like in my lung, but it looked like kind of like your palm, and then it like spidered off, and then off that it spidered off. It just looked like a little blob with whatever. So that would explain any chest or breathing issues, I guess, is what my doctor had said. They didn't know what it was, and they didn't want to treat it. The hospital said they wanted to treat it for pneumonia, but they didn't want to treat it for pneumonia because they didn't know about the condition of my liver and whatnot, and also I did not show any signs of having pneumonia. So I also did not really want to be treated as if I had pneumonia. Then they asked me if I was a deep sea diver, and I said I fucking wish, but I'm not. So I don't think I'll ever have a career in deep sea diving. But so I also got a ultrasound of my stomach, my abdomen, and in that they found a little accessory on my spleen. And the funny thing is, it's like, I don't know what this shit means. Like, guarding around my liver, consolidation in my lung, an accessory on my spleen, like, take it back. Like, and WebMD's favorite customer, frequent viewer on all my iPad when I'm in the sleeping, like, what do I have, what do I have, what do I have? Anyway. And I know all my friends and coworkers and the girls at the salon and my parents, I'm sure, like, everyone's also like, WebMD, like, what the fuck's wrong with Chelsea? No one can figure it out. It says, total body inflammation, accessory on spleen, consolidation in lower lung, thyroid clear, ANA clear, every STD I am clear, I do not have Hep anything or HIV anything, I'm clear thing of health. Night sweats, fatigue, chest pain, can work 12 to 15 hours per week, lightly trained. So, at this point I decided that I was going to take a month of leave, I'd taken the month off work. New, weird, so whatever was going on from here to here, but then I was also other symptoms, right? So, April 16th was when I was supposed to go back to the salon, and I had a follow-up appointment with Dr. Germ, and we kind of talked about everything in that appointment because all of my tests had come back clear. So I, by this time, had a new doctor, Dr. Beheshti, who is an internalist at Eagle Ridge Hospital, and he has also tried to figure out what's going on. I had with him a CT scan of my abdomen and pelvis. That is where they found a lot of shit, if you will, in my abdomen. And same thing, that little guy on my spleen. And what else did I get from him? Oh, an ultrasound of my heart. So, on the emotional, mental side of all these things that are on paper, your mind wanders to what you know, is my theory. For example, when someone says, we're going to do an ultrasound of your heart, you think, okay, great. But later you think, well, what the fuck can go wrong with my heart? Like, what are they looking for? How do you fix that? What is it? And automatically you go to that space. I think anybody would. I did on my own before bed. Just kind of sit there and process. So for me, imagine now I've done this for so many of my major organs, and you think you have something and you don't. You know they're testing for this and it's fine, and then they test for this and it's fine, and then this and it's fine. And the frustrating part is that you're constantly struggling between being grateful that everything is fine, but there's been so many times where I say, I don't care. I don't care what it is anymore. I just want to know what it is so that I can just get better. Please. And so I was seeing Dr. Graham, Dr. Menstrenko, and Dr. Beheshti. By this point, I had an ultrasound on my legs, my stomach, abdomen, my heart. I had a CT scan. I had a scan of my pelvis. I had gotten another x-ray of my chest. I'd gotten tested for Lyme's disease, and it was looking to be the worst case scenario would be some kind of lymphoma. And that was really heavy. The lymphoma one weighed on me a lot more than I think I gave off. And how can it not, right? So lymphoma is cancer of the lymphatic system. I do not have cancer. I don't know. What do you expect goes on in someone's head when that's on the table? And then you tell people that that's on the table. And I accidentally told too many people that was on the table, and it worried them, which I had no energy to console them. And so it was a very stressful time for everybody. I felt really, really fucking terrified at that point, to be completely honest. And I remember the day that she told me that, I went in for my first IV treatment right after, which made it also a little bit more real, because when there's something physical, it seems more real, I guess. And it was something new for me, like I'd never gotten one before, and now I get them a couple times a week. And sometimes they go really well, sometimes they haven't gone very well. But basically it's all good things coming into your body. And I think that when people tell me that I look healthy and glowing and pretty, it is probably all because of that, along with I was up to taking like 26 or 27 little capsules of good vitamins and supplements, and these little droppers of like that were to detox like your gallbladder or your lymphatic system and your like Lymphodril and Lymphagogue and liver sap and Advocare, got B6, vitamin C, did a Candida supplement thing, pill, and Megaspore. These are all just good little vitamins that you have to take all at different times of the day. So, on top of not eating any dairy, gluten, wheat, sugars, just keeping everything really clean and healthy coming in, and then all the vitamins or whatever, and then the IVs. It's just kind of a lot of stuff. So people always ask when I was on my month's leave of work, people would be like, what are you doing with your time? And it's like, well, I kind of FO, because with my time I'm sleeping and going to my appointments and trying to remember, or just trying to take all these pills, also like cooking healthy foods, sleeping on repeat. Okay, so this appointment was the appointment that changed it all. I was so happy to find some good news, but did not happen at all. But this was the first day I had a good conversation with my doctor about the future and what I would expect. And do I have any limitations? Because I have to make some choices about my JOB. I feel like I'm going crazy because I want to train, and for some peace of mind, I'd like to know what's going on. Okay, so I guess these are all the things we talked about in this appointment. I went to Brooke and Jeff's house after and talked it over. I had to make some big decisions. I text Mike, and then we get to bed, photo shoot the next day. Before the photo shoot, I quit. Okay, so pretty much that day, we weren't really knowing what we were looking at, but with my doctor, we've come to the conclusion that I cannot be working in the salon environment anymore. Just because there's so many chemicals that I work with as a hairstylist, and in that environment they're around. And you just can't, when you're trying to heal, you can't work in a toxic workplace environment, right? So people can take that whatever way they want, but like, I'm over here and trying to heal and get better, just make it through, pretty much. And over here, do you see how heavy that is? It's dramas and gossip, lying, it's toxins, it's the pressure. It's so heavy. You can't expect to be a person who can heal when you're feeding yourself to the Shark Tank. Like, come on. It was, again, inevitable. And so I quit the next day. And it was a terrible way to quit, but I did it and basically ripped it off like a band-aid. This was 1 week before I was supposed to return to work. A nightmare with my coworkers and clients later followed, which I'm not going to get into, but you can fill in the blank. At this point, I feel as if I'm at an appointment every day. Okay. 2 months have gone by without spending any time together, so talk about Mike. Nobody knows how I feel. I don't share it or explain what's going on, partly because who wants to repeat something so negative, and partly because if I talk about it, then it makes it real. The constant battle between staying positive and focus on healing versus being a realist and letting negative emotions get the best of me feels like I am totally trapped. So the other thing is for me, and I think maybe for like quite a few people, is that when you are having a hard day and you want to blow off some steam, you're going to work out. Okay, like this was not an option for me, really, at this time. Or I'll take that back. It wasn't. It was an. It's always an option, and I would show up and I would train, but it was hard because it was like I would want to be there, and because I can feel that I'm not doing near as half as good as I would have been, especially because the difference was so large at this point, because I was in this point of training at the most I had since I'd probably started, and also cycling there, so I was in like cardio, everything was prime. And then at this point, exact opposite, it was the worst I'd ever been. So I'm also really hard on myself, and it was just a big recipe of, I would leave after feeling good because I'd worked out a bit, but I would also I would leave, I'd finish, and I would just be like, what a failure. I'm such a failure because I didn't do it. Because I couldn't train as hard as I wanted to train. Anyway. Around this time, I'm really trying to train more and work a few days a week. I'm restarting a new schedule, and it's really working for me. Stay positive around people who are guiding me and lifting me higher. Besides what's going on inside with my new lifestyle change, my diet, my career, my health, my independence, my relationship, and my... Okay, so all those things I listed, I ended with are all failing. So apparently in this time of my life, I felt like a failure. I've prayed so much, meditated, and tried not to lose myself in the whole process. If you look If you took my life and wrote it all down on paper, you'd probably see depression around the corner. I have to choose to see that after these few months passed, I can be grateful for all the growth that has come from this, and I can visualize and manifest what the next months will bring. I have the power to heal myself, and soon I can hopefully share that with others. With almost 3 months since I've been to the hospital, coming up June 8th, I will continue to try to heal while my doctors try to solve this mystery, and I will okay. So since I have written that all down, hello, brah. Since I had written that down, what has changed since then? I've seen a rheumatologist, and this is the big one that we'd all been waiting for. The rheumatologist prescribed me Plaquenil, which is a drug that treats malaria. I do not have malaria. Okay.